The opinions expressed by the host and guest of Old Drunken Discography are just that, opinions. Our views are based solely on how we feel about the content we are discussing and mean no harm to your precious little feelings. If you are offended by anything we say, maybe you should go outside, ride a bike, take a walk around the block, maybe even pet a puppy. We are just a group of old grumps who like music, alcohol, and arguing with each other. No one should take us seriously. Seriously.
Greetings and welcome to Is It Art, the show where we come together, put on our imaginary berets, and rank album cover art. None of us have an art degree, so we're using the old opinion method to rank all of these. Now, I did take art appreciation in like 2001 at a community college, so there is that. My name is Dork Joe, and with me today, the man who I forward all of my spam email to, Jason. How are you?
I'm good. Um, I took an art class too. It was seventh grade, and we got to draw whatever we wanted. So I started drawing Green Day's Insomniac album cover,
Oh,
just
nice.
different elements, and I added other things too. That whole style. My art teacher said it was trash. So, can I say?
I had to fight for a B with my art appreciation teacher. They told me the effort is what counted, not the end product. And I worked on that more than I worked on anything in my entire life. And I was like, a C? I mean, it was terrible. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, the fellow whose picture I have hanging on my ceiling above the bed, Eduardo, how are you?
I knew it. What's up, man? I did also have art classes in college, mostly tracing though. But I did the best I could.
Well, don't we all? Don't we all? Now, I have a fun story about a Pizza Hut art contest. We'll get into that one maybe in the next episode. Housekeeping. If you haven't seen any of our other shows, please check them out. We're new, and we'd really appreciate the views. After you enjoy them, please like, share, subscribe, tell your grandpappy about it. If you're not part of our Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Patreon, or any other social media platforms we're on, we invite you to join. The links are provided below. On this episode, our heroes will be discussing the studio. Nope. We'll be discussing studio album art, Incesticide, some of the live stuff, some of those albums. If you haven't watched our Rant and Rank of Nirvana, I highly recommend it. There is one person here who has a very controversial pick. Not naming any names, but it's not me.
Ed.
Shut up.
These rankings will be based on the album art alone, not how good the album is or if it's classic or whatever that happens to be. It's just our opinion and how it tickles the old eyeball.
So the selection was chosen. You got to have the three studio. You got to have Incesticide. You got to have Unplugged. To me, Wishka was an important album that should be included. And then I threw the greatest hits in there too, just because it's, I guess it had that one Nirvana song that everyone thought was new that I'd been hearing for many, many years before that, but whatever. After that, they have some other live albums like Paramount and Live and Loud, but why bother? We're just going to stick to these seven here.
If
I
you've
know
never
the Reading Festival one was pretty dope though.
The album cover?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the content.
Oh no. The content on all of them's A plus S tier. But
if you've never seen one of our shows where we rank things, that's what we do. We just rank them based on our opinion. We start at the least, go to the best. Today we're going to go ahead and start with Ed. Ed, give me your number 7 as far as album art is concerned with Nirvana.
I will. As far as just visuals alone, numbers. I just base this one. The seven, I think, be like the greatest hits. But I don't. It's just I think Jason said earlier. It's just the logo, and it's just plain, and there's nothing fun about it. And I get it. And it's supposed to be like a greatest hits, remembering, and the dead basically and gone. But it's still like depressing and sad and not fun. So I'm gonna pick that as my last one.
Okay. Jason?
I'm going to go with Unplugged. It's just a picture of them at the show. doesn't really do much for me. I mean, I had a T-shirt of it, but I, I don't like just live shots like that.
I've got the same kind of feeling, except I'm going to go with Banks of the Wishka. Same kind of thing. It's just a shot, kind of a little collage of them playing in different places. Now, one of my favorite Nirvana albums of all time. I love that album, but the album artwork, it's just okay. Jason, number 6.
Mine's gonna be
I saw where that went.
I forgot I'm the controller here. I could spoil it. I think I'm gonna go Bleach. I don't like that negative photo. It's got their second guitarist at the time, who I don't even think really played that much on the album, did he?
I
I have
think
to
he
look
played
that
a
up.
couple of songs.
He
Yeah,
played on a couple songs, but I think he was already out of the band.
yeah,
Jason.
when that released.
I mean,
Oh,
to me, they're
interesting note about him. He also played with Soundgarden,
yeah.
so he played in both bands. I thought that was, and he ended up being a Marine.
Yeah.
He was a Marine, so it's pretty cool.
All right, my number 6 is also Bleach. I'm with you. I just don't think that's a very attractive photo. It's just a negative. It's fine for what it is.
And the guy that took that photo took a lot more at that time that were like, the picture on the back is better, I think. Or the
Yeah,
picture.
I think that was taken by his ex-girlfriend, Tracy. Was that her name?
Oh, did Tracy take the album cover?
Yeah, I think that's a show that she was. I just recently saw a documentary about this, and I think she's the one that took that picture.
Yeah, I mean the photo's fine. I don't like the negative.
Yeah.
But just that if it's my turn, I'm the same. I'll probably, and I mean at the same time though, like Bleach is like their beginning album, you know, and not. I mean, they recorded that album for $700. They probably didn't. I think Kurt had to like clean floors and do a janitor gig for a while to do that. So like they were scrounging for money. This is like independent punk rock, original, do it yourself DIY thing. So, and I get it, but yeah, it's definitely not a good one. I don't think.
I mean that's the way it was back then. Did you know Jason Cruz and Jim Cherry from Strung Out carpeted Fat Mike's apartment so they could get on Fat Records? That's what you did back then.
I know you do what you got to do.
If I had to carpet somebody's apartment to be on a record label, they'd be in a lot of trouble. He'd be like.
But even then, like I know when Sub Pop signed them, they didn't have any money either. So it was a hustle, basically, what's going on. You know, like it was
friends and friends helping friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also like for them to be signed is huge because then they can get played in the radio because that's when the radio takes you seriously. Is when the label submits music to them. You know.
Yep.
All right, my number 5 is going to be MTV Unplugged. It's kind of the same thing with Wishka. It's a photo of them there. It's good. I mean, it's great for a live album. I think that's fine for it. I'm just not a fan of those type of covers. Ed?
Yeah, the same. I think I'll go with Unplugged for that one. I do like. I like that they got the aerial view, and you can kind of see the whole funeral thing that Kurt was going for.
The candles, the flowers.
Yeah, I like that because somebody that wasn't there, as most of us weren't. We we see it on the TV, but you don't get that angle at least, or you don't get it much, So it was good to see what he wanted to do with the motif of it. But yeah, it's just it's not as strong as the other covers.
Yeah.
My number 5 is going to be Wishka. I put this one above the other two because it's orange. You don't get a lot of orange in records, and it's colorful. You know, it was a post Kurt's death. It was the first thing we gotten. I mean, I was hyped for this, and I think it shows them at their best across different times of Nirvana. So I don't mind Wishka as much.
Ed, give me your number 4.
Well, I would put probably Wishbone at 4. And I like Jason said, the orange, but also I like the font for some
Really
reason.
like orange.
Yeah,
I would the font is something that is I don't know. I've always like, and I don't mind the pictures. I think the pictures are greatly done, and but all that together, I think I put it back there. It's not so much as a collage. It's supposed to be, I think, but I think it just kind of helps you like remember, kind of deal there. Like, do you remember? And I really like the font, so that's why I picked that one.
All right, Jason.
I'm gonna have to go with the self-titled or the greatest hits. I put this above the others because it's just it's their greatest hits. They didn't put any bullshit on the cover. It's just all black and it just has the logo and that silvery gray. It just works for me. I don't know. It's simple. That's all you need. You know what you're getting when you get it.
Yeah, I think that's where that ends for me also for the same reasons. I think it's simple, clean. It's Nirvana. That's all you really need for that title. It doesn't rank higher because it is only just their thing, but I think it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. Jason, give me your number 3.
Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes here.
Now we're going to see what the fun is.
I'm gonna go with In Utero.
Ooh.
It's a great cover, but it's just so small. There's so much blank space on it to me. Like I don't know. I love it. It's iconic, but it's not. There's better ones.
Yeah,
We're pulling an Ed here, huh?
that was a shocker. Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what we've named it now, pulling an Ed.
Don't Google it, kid. Don't
That's
Google it.
Hey, it still works pulling an In Utero.
But that's an actual piece of art, though. That Kurt, like that is not just an art, like cover art. That's Kurt's art, you know.
Oh, I know.
So like I think it deserves to be a little more up, but okay.
Well, when we get to your list, you can put it higher.
So my number 3
Maybe I will.
is Nevermind.
I mean, you sure didn't put it higher when we were ranking the actual albums, but
That's right.
Hey, we're going by covers here,
That's right.
okay? Covers.
You know, I think I like this cover being blue. There's a baby penis on it. That's kind of why it's a little further down. It's fine. It's good. I don't think it's as good as the other two. It's better than what came before. It's not better than what's coming up. Ed?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna put Spencer Edwin, whatever his name is down here, because he's a jerk.
Spencer Edwin III.
Yeah, and I don't like the kid. I think he's pulled out some shady stuff. The album is great. The artwork is the kid after the dollar bill or the baby and all that. But the guy's a jerk. And
You know what my biggest problem with him is?
what's up?
20 years ago, you remember when I said, "Hey, do you know the name of the baby on the cover of Nevermind?" That was my hey, I'm a fucking true Nirvana dork because I knew his name back then. Now everybody knows that fucking asshole's name.
Yeah, he's not a nice guy. So that's part of it, or else it would be a little bit more up. but because of
That ain't
that,
got nothing to do with what the art is. That's who it is.
yeah, I guess so. But I can't separate my feelings from that jerk. So
In about 10 minutes from now, if y'all ask me what this person's name is, I'll never be able to tell you.
good.
Sadly, I will.
I'll be like, Jim. All right, so my number 2 is going to be Incesticide.
What
What do you mean, what?
again?
I like
Never mind.
Incesticide. I like this cover. Um,
It's his
I,
actual work, like art.
that's
Okay,
great. It
it's
looks good.
not.
It
Yeah,
just
it
isn't good
does.
enough to be number 1.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just surprised. Okay, go
It
ahead.
just ain't good enough.
But it's not a graphic designer putting things. This is like his actual art. That's what I'm saying. But
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
when I was 4 years old, I drew a picture to go with a story that I made about the Easter Bunny, and it was mine. No graphic designer ever touched it. It doesn't look good. A graphic designer needed to touch it. It doesn't look good at all. This is
Joe,
good. This is good
you
stuff.
do understand that Kurt's art sells for like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Like that's
Here's my
happened.
question: does Kurt's art sell because of art or because it's Kurt Cobain?
Because it's Kurt Cobain.
His art was great. His
Hey,
art was really good.
I don't think this is
And
bad.
Incesticide, I think, is one of the. Anyways, you guys go
It just
ahead.
ain't number 1. It's number 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Ed, give me your number 2 then.
Well, yeah, I go with a neuter for this one. I think. Yeah. I think it's good. It just I really think the last two the reason why I'm picking that one and obviously what's left is because it's his actual artwork that he created. It wasn't manufactured or put together by anybody else, and it wasn't a picture or anything like that. And I think that values I think more when it comes to art.
Yeah, but the Nevermind shoot was all his ideal too.
Yeah, I just don't like the kid.
Okay.
That's what's there.
Yeah, my number 2 is Incesticide as well. It is a great painting, great album. Honestly, the biggest problem I have with it is the logo. I think
That is true. Yeah,
if you look at
that is
every
true.
other album, they have the same logo, but that one they did something different, and it's always bothered me. The actual picture, it's great. I love the color, that off green,
Mm-hmm.
pukey color. Doesn't really show up well on the computer screen, but
It was a really cool CD to have because of that like pukey green color.
yeah, it had the letters floating on the CD, the alphabet. Great album.
Ed, give me your number 1. I think we all can guess what it is, but go ahead and say it.
Yeah, since that's the sad thing that the cover art alone is, I think it's fantastic. The poppy plant and the person hugging it and what he meant by that and with the little, I think it's like a little devil on his shoulder or something like that. Like I don't have the picture with me, but I really I just love that painting. I think it's fantastic work. Also, talking about Nevermind, the cover for it reminded me that.
Never mind, nature number 1. Why are you going back to talk about
No,
it?
I just wanted to go back and talk about that for a second. The apparently the Lithium single had the lyrics for the album. I didn't know that. Like when they put out the single, because nobody could understand what Kurt was saying. I guess for some things.
Put up with the
But
lyrics of what?
with the lyrics for Nevermind,
Uh-uh.
that's that's
I had
that's what
I had the Lithium single. It didn't have the lyrics.
it didn't. Okay.
Mm-mm. I mean, unless it was some like limited printing or something. I don't know, but
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I saw that on YouTube the other day. I thought that was interesting. The reasoning was because a lot of people were saying they couldn't understand what Kurt was singing or yelling or putting in the song.
Well,
So
that's the Weird Al lyric, isn't it? I've got marbles in my mouth or something of that nature. Where it
yeah,
smells like Teen
exactly.
Spirit.
I hunted down those singles back in the day
Yeah, but
just to hear.
Incesticide definitely for artwork for me.
Jason, give me your number 1.
My number 1 is our boy Spencer here.
Boo.
Um,
Spencer.
This is one of the most iconic album covers of all time. It is up there with Abbey Road. It is up there with The Wall or Dark Side of the Moon. I mean, it's just you could show that picture to anybody and they would know what it is. I don't have a problem with the baby penis thing that maybe you guys need to look into that or something. I don't know why that makes you
So did
insecure.
they really? Did they take it did they take the baby's parts away in some editions, or have they always had it?
Um, I
Like
think
I
they,
can't. I don't.
I think
I think they took them
now,
off,
I think they took it
right?
off now. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And like the ones with it are supposed to be more expensive than the ones without it,
I
or
mean
something
mine,
like that.
mine has it, but this is not a first edition or anything.
Oh, okay.
It's probably about a 10-year-old printing. It was before the anniversary that Big Deluxe came out, but I mean, it just symbolizes, the baby chasing the dollar. Like the color scheme works. And it's iconic to me.
I always thought it was like a Rage Against the Machine kind of cover album. You know what I mean? Like the whole capitalism meaning behind it and
Hmm.
everything. I always thought that was kind of like a. And I think I can't remember who, either Dave or Chris, that were talking about it and talking about it was like it's representing capitalism. And
Yeah, more corporate
yeah,
rock, more like signing to a major label. I think is what they were.
yeah.
All right, well, my number one is obviously In Utero. I think it's a very clean design. Um, I think it fits that album very well. It just looks really good. I like it. It's very pleasing.
Now you can't see because it's low quality, but it's not just yellow. It has
Yeah, it has reddish or
little lines in it.
maroonish. Yeah.
Yeah, just a very pleasing, to me, very aesthetically pleasing album as far as the art goes. I like that one to be my number one. Like I said, I know that Nevermind is a classic like Abbey Road, but just by looking at it without knowing what the songs are on there or, doing that, I think In Utero is my favorite.
I mean, In Utero is pretty fucking iconic too. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, they toured with that in the back. The two ladies. It was the heart shaped box video has that same vibe.
Yeah.
And there
Uh,
was that picture of Kurt with the wings in the back that came from him standing in front of one, remember?
yeah, that's actually on Wishka.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I believe it's right there. Well, that one's not really. It's a little off centered, but
I remember seeing people with the shirts in high school.
I literally had a shirt with one, two, three, four of these covers.
Ed, give me parting words. Anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
Oh, again, what is to say is a great band, great concept. The album covers, at least the ones that they had more input in, I think, well, very well thought out. Um, and again, it just sucks we never get to see where they would have gone. But as far as album art, I think including Kurt's own personal pieces in here was a great move by the band. So
Awesome. Jason, final words.
I mean, yeah, the first four albums, like three including Incesticide, you can tell Kurt was heavily involved in the art direction of the entire album, the album cover, and it shows that he cared about that type thing. Whereas, we did the Gaslight Anthem, he was like, just, hey, we're standing against this wall, take a picture, we're good. Whereas Kurt really actually put a lot of thought into it and planned it out, and it shows. And the albums after that, that's just corporate cash grab. Hey, Kurt's dead. Let's put out the Unplugged album. Oh, here's what they sounded like when they weren't unplugged and greatest hits. So they didn't really put that much thought into those. But yes, that is definitely art.
I agree. I think that if you've watched our previous or upcoming, depending on where that falls, we've had a show where things weren't art, but I think these are art. Minus, the live coverings, the one where we actually had some thought and consideration in it. They look amazing. They're great. They're classic, iconic, all that fun stuff. Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for joining us on Is It Art Nirvana? We hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed making it. If you think we got it wrong, post your rankings in our Discord here in the comments below, and let us know what it is. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and tell Susan from work all about us. Susan used to want to be an artist. She had the easels and the big pads and the charcoal that got all under her nails. Susan, who probably looked like that girl from the Freddie Prinze Jr. movie, who was, air quotes,
Scooby-Doo.
ugly when she was wearing glasses. What was her name?
Oh.
Rachel Leah Cook. Like Rachel
Joe.
Leah Cook,
Joe.
unattractive in glasses.
Joe, what the fuck?
What was
Joe.
Hollywood thinking? Am I right?
Joe.
Joe.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So anyway, tell Susan she might get a kick out of 3 completely unqualified guys talking about band art. She will thank you for it. Until we see you next time, stay safe and make good decisions.